Well, after weeks and months of hearing Brat say he's so chill and he never moves, our little nephew, baby Harris Dupont, finally gave his mommy a real belly roll, and it was all caught on camera.
How did you feel?
I felt, I don't even know the word, like, whatever's bigger than amazed. Like, I was just like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, for the first time, I felt like, it was like a flutter. It felt like I don't know. Like
a fart?
Not a fart, but like just like a butterfly kind of.
Okay.
But it kept happening. I was like, oh my God, that's it. So it was very emotional. It was crazy. And I was just like, it's always these little things that remind me like I have a human in my body. And I get overwhelmed a lot, but I'm completely so blessed. And it's my little miracle drop.
I was just as shocked as you were because I've never seen that much Brat skin.
No, that's not true.
That's another thing.
No, that is so true.
I was like, babe, my full skin and stomach is out. I mean, I ain't shown no body like that since what you like.
Okay.
Well, you know what, y'all? Maybe if we all just say we love you, nephew, he'll move for us. Y'all, what y'all think about that?
Yeah.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
We love you, nephew. No.
He's sleeping, getting ready for Freaknik 2040.
Okay.
So now Lisa R. just dropped a bombshell about her sister, DaBrat's wife, Judy, and it looks like Judy isn't exactly sweet and loving towards DaBrat like we all thought she was. Lisa Ray came prepared, bringing receipts of Judy allegedly putting hands on DaBrat and also manipulating her financially. Why all this tea is piping hot, and it's about to change everything we thought we knew about DaBrat and Judy's relationship. They've been showing face on Instagram for now, but Lisa isn't holding back, spilling all the details about how Judy's been treating DaBrat behind closed doors. We're talking violence, money games, and straight-up manipulation. It looks like some people never liked the vibe Judy gave off from the start, and now we're seeing why. Everybody knows that Lisa doesn't play about her sister, DaBrat, and the things she has to say about Judy will blow your mind. Okay, so Judy has a habit of spoiling DaBrat silly in front of the cameras, and we thought she was just being a supportive partner, but it looks like that support came with some serious strings attached. We're talking financial manipulation that'll make your head spin. And if you've been a fan of DaBrat for a while, then you probably already know that she's been struggling with bankruptcy. Judy swooped in like a knight in shining armor, but here's the thing, that armor wasn't free.
Got in a relationship because you stood me up 3 times. It's because you stood me up 3 times.
But
you had me there. You had me feeling like we were gonna do something, and then you act like you didn't want to do nothing. And if you ain't gonna get off,
and we never
because there's plenty of people that's out there that's waiting.
You didn't have to say that.
No, I'm
because
saying
then
that
we both could
because
say that.
You were dealing with other people. Why is it wrong for me to stay? I had other people interested in me. You saying don't do that?
Oh my God. I don't want to talk about this no more because you're going to stick to what you're saying and I'm going to stick to how I'm feeling and it's not going to end well. Then you're going to be mad and there's no reason to be mad because we're here now and we have a baby and we married.
Judy has a successful business called Kaleidoscope, which is worth about $40 million. That's some serious cash right there, and it seems like she's been using it to call the shots. While DaBrat was trying to bounce back from bankruptcy, Judy held all the cards. It's like a game of Monopoly, but Judy owns all the properties and DaBrat's just trying to pass go and collect $200. Well, Lisa Ray spilled the tea that Judy's been the one financially supporting not just DaBrat, but also her own kids and DaBrat's mom. That's a whole lot of people depending on Judy. But here's where it gets twisted apparently. Judy's been happy to play provider as long as DaBrat stays in line and does what she's told. And when DaBrat doesn't follow the script, bam, Judy pulls the financial rug right from under her. It's not just about fancy cars and designer clothes either. We're talking basic needs here. DaBrat's been through bankruptcy, so she's already in a tight spot. Judy swooping in with all this cash probably looked like a lifeline at first, but now it's looking more like a chain keeping DaBrat trapped in a situation she can't easily walk away from. Why all? It's wild how money can turn a love story into a horror show. DaBrat's been talking about her relationship with Judy, and reading between the lines, it sounds like she feels stuck. It's like that classic golden handcuff situation, living large, but at what cost? Let's not forget, Judy's got a lavish lifestyle to maintain. She's probably feeling the pressure of being the ATM for the whole family, so it's a messy situation on both ends. But if I all thought that the alleged financial manipulation was bad, just wait until you hear what comes next. Money can be a powerful weapon, but fists can leave deeper scars. Lisa Ray didn't just stop at exposing Judy's alleged financial games, she went all the way in, dropping bombshells about physical violence that'll make your head spin. According to Lisa, Judy has allegedly been putting her hands on DaBrat's since they started dating. Now picture this DaBrat's trying to rebuild her life after bankruptcy, stuck in a situation where she's not just financially dependent on Judy, but also allegedly living in fear of her. But hold on to your wigs, cause it just got worse. The most shocking claim? Judy allegedly set DaBrat up to get jumped and beaten. Let that sink in for a minute, the person who's supposed to have your back allegedly orchestrating a beatdown. That's some next-level betrayal right there. Why all can imagine the emotional toll this must be taking on DaBrat. 1 minute, she's living her best life, thinking she's found her happily ever after, and the next, she's allegedly dodging fists and watching her back. Let's talk about the public image for a hot second. We've all seen Judy and DaBrat looking all loved up on social media, right? All smiles and hearts in the eyes, but if these allegations are true, it's like we've been watching a whole different movie. It's like finding out your favorite rom-com is actually a horror film. If what Lisa Ray has been alluding to is true, we're looking at a case of both physical and financial manipulation. Why all know how hard it can be to leave a situation like that when someone's got control of your money and they're allegedly throwing hands. It's not as simple as just walking out the door. It's like trying to escape quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. But we gotta remember that these are all allegations at this point. If they're true, though, it paints a completely different picture of Judy than what we've been seeing. Instead of a loving, supportive wife, we're looking at someone who might have been using their power and money to keep their partner under control. It's a reminder that what we see on social media isn't always the full story. God's truth behind those filtered photos and carefully worded posts. There could be a whole different story playing out. In this case, the story is looking dark. We've been talking about the drama between DaBrat and Judy, but what if the darkness isn't just coming from the outside? DaBrat's been dropping some wild statements about lesbian marriages, and it's got folks wondering, is this connected to all the drama with Judy?
Went through a miscarriage as well.
What? When?
Yeah, it was a very long time ago. Under some far different circumstances that we have right now. It was between my pregnancy with Byron and Jordan. I actually wound up pregnant with twins.
What?
I didn't want my parents to know.
Twins?
Yes. It was around graduation time, so it was real stressful in my life at the time.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Went to the emergency room.
They said that it might be a hyperstimulation of the ovaries. And the only reason I came is because I can't breathe properly.
Her ovaries had swollen. She ended up with blood clots in her lungs.
The blood clots in my lungs caused my heart to beat very fast on one side, so then I had an enlarged heart. So then we had to see a cardiologist, I had to see a hematologist, I had to see an oncologist. Beautiful. I'm fine now.
Yeah, but you...
Don't do that.
You called your kids. You had to call your kids. You told them you loved them. You was like almost trying to get your together in case something had happened. And that, yeah.
I just want to know, like, growing up, how did it feel to actually have to be two different people?
I wasn't interested in girls until I was around the time I was making Funkified.
Okay. Did you feel like you couldn't, let the world know that you like women?
Back in the 90s, you didn't talk about that.
Right.
True. I don't know if y'all know, Ellen lost her show.
Yeah,
like it was a whole different day than it is today. I didn't want to come out at all till I met Judy.
Right.
Never thought about being married, having kids, or coming out. Like, till I met my baby, and then she changed all that. I want to do all this stuff now that I never even dreamed about doing, and I love it. I feel like a new bitch. I was having a conversation with my baby about the title. I told her I was going to call it Brat Love Judy. She was like, why don't you shouldn't call it Brat Love Judy. You should just focus on what the songs are about. I was like, bitch, they about you.
When people ask stuff about you, she will either not respond or she'll say no comment. I just feel like the same respect that she gives you, why can't she have that same respect from you?
So let me tell me what you thought I should have said.
I would have no comment.
I
honestly would have no comment. I feel like I know, but you just asked me my opinion and what would I do?
And that's not my personality at all.
It's not. Because here's the thing. When
Because
somebody
then-
asks me something.
But then if
Hold
she
on.
responds to these same questions, she won't do
I
that
don't
to
care
you.
what
She wouldn't do that
responds
to you.
to.
But she wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you for telling me.
She wouldn't.
And
DaBrat was catching some heat for saying some weird stuff about lesbian marriages that had the LGBTQ community in an uproar, and honestly, who can blame them? But here's where it gets messy. Some people are saying this might be DaBrat's way of dealing with all the alleged mistreatment from Judy. It's like she's trying to make sense of her own pain by questioning everything she thought she knew about love. There's even more rumors are flying that Judy's been stepping out on DaBrat with some men. That's right. There are whispers that Judy's been showing an interest in the opposite sex, leaving DaBrat questioning Judy's true sexual orientation. Talk about a plot twist, because DaBrat's got to be caught in a tornado of emotions. On one hand, she's dealing with the alleged physical and financial mistreatment from Judy, and on the other, she's struggling with her own feelings about her marriage and sexuality. This whole mess has got people talking, and some are saying DaBrat's just lashing out because of the alleged mistreatment. Others think she might be dealing with some deep-seated issues about her own identity. Either way, it's clear that Homegirl is going through it. And can we talk about the pressure? DaBrat's living her life in the public eye, trying to figure out her feelings while the whole world is watching. All this drama's got people wondering, though, is DaBrat okay? Is she acting out because of the alleged mistreatment, or is there something deeper going on? And what about Judy? If these cheating rumors are true, it's adding a whole new layer to this already messy situation. Now, this whole situation is crazy on its own, but it's getting 10 times worse when you realize that there's a whole baby in the mix. That's right there, baby boy, True. Let's not forget about him. Just when you think this drama couldn't get any more complicated, True was born through IVF using Judy's egg and an anonymous sperm donor, and DaBrat carried the baby and gave birth through surrogacy. It's a modern miracle ride, but now it's turning into a modern nightmare. This is where it gets wild. The streets are saying that DaBrat's seeking primary custody of True, and that's what makes this whole situation so complicated. If DaBrat carried the baby but Judy's got the biological connection, it gets real sticky. But hold on, because rumors are flying around that DaBrat and Judy might not even be legally married. Say what? Apparently their fabulous wedding might have been more of a commitment ceremony than a legally binding one, and if that's true, it throws a whole new wrench in this custody mess. But let's talk about why DaBrat is allegedly asking for primary custody. Remember all the tea we were talking about alleged mistreatment and manipulation? Well, even if half of that is true, it's no wonder DaBrat wants to keep True away from that environment. But here's the kicker proving all that in court. Yeah, that's going to be tough. And don't forget about the infidelity rumors. DaBrat's been throwing around some serious allegations about Judy being more interested in men, and if she can back that up in court, it could be a game changer for the whole custody battle. But what about True? This baby is caught in the middle of all this mess, and he didn't ask for it. One minute he's being cuddled by both his mamas, the next he's at the center of a custody war. It's enough to make your heart break. And this custody battle, if it went down, could become the biggest flashpoint of their split. We're talking courtroom drama, media frenzy, the whole 9 yards. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, and we can't look away. But here's something to chew on. How's all this going to affect True when he finally grows up? Imagine finding out your whole birth story about IVF, and your childhood was splashed all over the internet. That's some heavy stuff for a child to deal with, even when they do grow up. Now, we've been talking about True's future, but let's rewind for a second. What if everything we thought we knew about Judy and DaBrat's relationship was a whole lie? There are some rumors flying around about Judy's real motives for getting with DaBrat, and trust me, it's not pretty. We've all seen these cute pictures of them as a couple on Instagram, and Judy and DaBrat looking all loved up, living their best life. But what if that was all just a front? Some folks are saying Judy might have had a whole different game plan when she hooked up with DaBrat. But what's the tea? The word on the streets is that Judy might have seen DaBrat as her ticket to the big time. We're talking about using DaBrat's fame to boost her own brand. But can you imagine that? Because Judy had her own fame for a while, but they're saying when she saw DaBrat, she saw more dollar signs. But let's talk about Judy's fame and fortune. She owns Kaleidoscope hair products, and that was a pretty big deal. We're talking about a company that's allegedly worth $40 million. So why would someone with that kind of coin need to use anybody else for clout? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Some people are saying that Judy was looking to tap into that LGBTQ community, and it's like she saw DaBrat as her golden ticket to a whole new market. And if that's true, that's some cold-blooded business right there. And why all? Let's just talk about it. Judy's definitely got some skeletons in her closet. There's talk about her being mixed up in some shady business deals in the past. We're talking scams and all sorts of drama. It's enough to make you wonder if DaBrat knew what she was getting into. Now, I know what you're thinking, but they look so happy. Yeah, they did, and kind of do if you look at their Instagram. But that's the thing about social media, isn't it? It's like a highlight reel of people's lives. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. And some folks are saying Judy's whole public image is just smoke and mirrors. She's out here flexing on the gram, showing off her lavish lifestyle, but what if it's all just for show? What if, behind all those designer outfits and fancy vacations, there's a whole different story? Let's not forget about DaBrat in all of this. If the rumors are true, can you imagine how she must be feeling finding out the person you thought was your ride or die might have just been using you for fame? That's got to hurt worse than any physical pain. And all that makes you wonder about their whole love story, doesn't it? Was it any kind of real, or was it all just carefully crafted illusions to sell more hair products and edge control and to get more followers?
When people ask stuff about you, she will either not respond or she'll say no comment. I just feel like the same respect that she gives you, why can't she have that same respect from you?
So let me tell me what you thought I should have said.
I would have no comment.
I
Honestly would have no comment. I feel like I know,
that
you just asked me my
and
opinion
that's
and
not
what
my
would I do?
personality at all. It's not, because here's the thing. When somebody asks me something,
but then if she responds to these same questions, she won't do that to you.
I don't care what
she wouldn't do that to you.
to.
But she wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you for telling me.
She wouldn't.
And
What a blessing, a blessing, blessing. Felicia's to come over and hold her nephew for the first time. Auntie, in the house, hey. Comment, share, like, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts.
When you go through so many things, you build a wall up and you don't want to let nobody in. And you feel like you have to dissect everything to make sure nobody's coming for you, because you just be ready to make sure they know don't with you.